Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Netflix. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. If you like these videos, go to my website, sign up, they're free, or click down here in the bottom right hand corner and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Traders, you're looking for a new broker? Check out venomtrading.com/promo/StockBookie. Alright guys, let's get into Facebook daily chart. We did have 29 million on the day, almost 30 million, 0.33% down, or 0.57 cents red on the day. We had a nice gap up here and then a nice pullback or fade on this one. We did come back and fill the gap and close below it, and we closed below the 200 MA. So this close the other day was a little bit stronger above all the MAs. Now we're starting to slip, and also you have this trend line too coming off these high pivots. Let's move this one. Let's put this one right about there. So that's another good area. The 750 gap window, 175, that the quarter number. A lot of resistance up here, guys. Bulls, you want to see sideways action. 20 MA curl into price, and then possible more upside. And then earnings coming up, stuff like that, more news-driven things. Maybe Facebook's, grilling on Capitol Hill. Maybe that's gone. Maybe it comes back in. Who knows, guys? But keep an eye on this. Great resistance here. Let's wait for pattern and see which way this one goes. So Facebook, nice pop on earnings too as well. Weekly chart. More resistance, guys. You have the 20 MA. You have the big inside bar. You still have the pivot or the trend line coming from the all-time high. And until we get above this area right here, right around 177 or so, and close with some good action volume, and then we could possibly get back to fill this gap and maybe make new all-time highs. Again, earnings in play next week. You have some big players like Apple, Nvidia, Tesla coming up. Keep an eye on those. That could possibly move the markets up or down. Let's go into Apple. And Apple, guys, no love here for Apple. With daily chart, we were $1 and 1.16% red, $1.90 down on the day. Just 35 million shares traded. Just a beatdown on the iPhone X, I guess, numbers or something like that. We did get below this pivot here at 164.50, and now it's consolidating. Remember, down, sideways. Now we're consolidating below all the moving averages, so that's a little more bearish. Still have a gap fill here. We still have the low here. Let's put a trend line there. And also I wanted to put a trend line connecting this to that. So that's going to be some support as well in this area. So you want to know that, let's go back one more. Let's see if there's another pivot. Yeah, there's some little pivots, but that's going to be the last one. So we had a nice retrace, bounces back up to the 750, boom, right back down. Let's stick this in here too. And guys, earnings coming up, so I don't know which way it's going to go. If it pops, we'll probably short. If it drops, we'll look for some long areas. But if it drops and this thing doesn't start to bounce, you're going to have to step aside on Apple and let it go lower. So either way, guys, long or short, I don't really care. Just looking out for the next best trade. And even if you go from this, let's go from this low down in here to this high, we're right into the 618 coming off those, coming off this pivot coming down. So 618, got the trend line now, good support down in here. But you're below the 200 moving average, the 20 and the 50, so it's a little bit weak on Apple. Let's see what we get for earnings on this one, and then we'll try to figure out which way this one will go. If it pops on earnings, I will be shorting this one, of course. When don't I short, guys, right? So again, 50 MA, there's your trend line. This one's holding strong. We did break below this. I want to see next week's close. If we close below the 158.73 or fill this gap and continue, I still think we're going to 126 on Apple, guys. So let's hold tight. Earnings can 50-50 shot. This thing could blast off right back up to 185, 190, 200, or this thing could drop like a rock and right down here start filling some gaps down in this area here around the 120. So right now, just shaking and baking, up and down. Last couple days on this one was not good, so let's see what happens. Earnings, I believe next week or the following week. Let's keep an eye on that and see which way Apple will go. Let's go into Amazon. Amazon with earnings, guys. Holy cow. It was up a little bit more after hours. So the high was the 6, where was it? Do we have the all-time high on here? Well, I'll put it close enough, 1638.10 or so, makes it there, and then boom, right back to the little bit of a fade. I'm surprised this area didn't hold here, the old all-time high. I really did the 1616.59, which it's kind of ugly. Just gapped up and then boom, right back down. But look what it did hold, though. It held this little pivot here. So keep an eye on the 1569 area, and of course gap fill around 1518.12. Then you have another gap fill right here, right around 1460.39. And then a couple down here as well. So you have some great support areas. Hats off to the support areas, guys. Let's see if I could put another trend line in here. I do like this one as well. I don't know if I'll go... That's not bad right there. So we'll do that. I want to put another Fibonacci in here. I'm going to go more short term on this one. From that low to the last recent low to the last recent high. So you came into support. So you got really good support down in here as well. 1463, 1429, 1430, 1427. You got another gap. Well, that filled the gap there. But you have some more gap fills around 1404. Then ultimately double bottom, 200 MA. So, gosh, what a nice fade on the daily. Even on the 10-minute. If you look at the 10-minute, we did go short on Amazon up in here. And then we shorted after hours on Thursday. Had a couple good plays. We held half the position, popped up, we added more, pulled off, and then pulled off, and we were done. We made about $81 on the stock short, just going in, out, in, out, in, out, and made really good money. It was great setup. And then we also shorted calls and got about 60% on those. So we killed it on that, and we shorted calls as well and had some pretty good money on that one too. So Amazon treated us good in the last couple of days. So daily chart again, nice fade. Weekly chart, you know, pretty much not the same thing, but you have this nice retrace to the highs. Weekly chart could not close above the old all-time high. Made new ones, but faded right back in. So let's see what this one gives us in the next couple of weeks, especially with earnings on the Apples and the Teslas and the Nvidias. We're going to hopefully get some direction in these stocks. But Amazon, guys, still above all the MAs, still doing okay. Just be careful, especially if you're long. If you have nice profits, please lock something in. Don't sit there and say you have a great trade, and then it goes down and down and down, and then you still have a great trade, but instead of taking, you know, a 70% win, you're only taking a 10% win now. So if you're more long term, so just be careful, chisel some profits off, then comes down, buy the dip, at least save yourself, you know, maybe $100-200 on the downside. So honestly, at the end of the day, easily could go to 969, easily. And the weekly chart, I keep saying 200 MA, 200 MA is at 725. This thing would be cut in half. So be really careful in Amazon, guys. And the volume wasn't too bad. Wasn't that great, but 13 million. I mean, it was good, but you expect, you know, Amazon, you expect this thing to just be a monster. You had the same volume back here. So, gosh, let's see what we get on Monday and Tuesday. Do we fade, fill the gap, and just go lower? That will put a drag on the markets, or, you know, do we turn around and start going higher? It's Amazon, guys. Remember, it's Amazon. It's got to go higher. CNBC said so, guys. CNBC said so. So you're right there at good support. Let's see what it gives us in the next couple of days. It was 3.60% up, or $54 on the day. This thing was 100 and something at the highest, after hours, that is. So take a deep breath. Just get through this trade. You know, if you're in this one, if you bought up here at the top and they're fading on you, most likely they're going to keep doing that until you dump, basically. If you're short, I'm out the one trade on Friday and Thursday, and short calls too as well. I'm done with those as well. So, all right, Amazon, guys, just keep an eye on this with earnings coming up on the different ones that we just talked about, and let's see what direction this one can possibly get. NFLX. This has been a fun one too, guys. Gaps up, tries to get over the all-time highs, just pretty much shuts down, pulls back, holds gap fill here, pops back up, bullish stance above all the MAs, starting to go sideways, which everybody knows what that means. This thing goes sideways, sideways, it's going to start building pressure, and next thing you know, dun, 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 dun. But if that pattern fails, then we'll be going into all-time highs and from there. So keep an eye on Netflix, guys. Volume was mediocre on Friday, so let's see if this thing's just holding up here on news, and we'll see where this one goes. Hold the MAs too. Let's go to the weekly chart. A little bit of a reversal here. I like that close though, but I've seen this thing before. You know, it pulls up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, tries it again, and that's the time it comes in. Still above the 20, the 50, and the 200 MA. Still looking okay on this one, but it's still a little bit extended. Let's go to the monthly real quick. Look at the extension on the monthly. This is ridiculous. 182 will be my price target. 182, 189 right in that area, but my gosh, when this one falls, you better step aside, people. That's all I can say. Volume wasn't that bad going into earnings and stuff like that. At least it's better than this month here. But wow, pop goes the weasel. Gets everybody long. Holy cow, it's going up forever. We have earnings even too. Just buy the dip, you'll be fine. So, I just like to make fun of people, guys. Buy the dip, buy the dip. It's all, you know, and even on CNBC, well, do you buy the dip? It's like, wow. So extended on the monthly, that's pretty much the what I'm seeing here. Eventually it will be kissing the 20 MA. It's just a matter of time. Does 20 MA curl into price, or does this one fall into price? So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for these 4. Look for my other videos on my YouTube channel. I did a couple other ones in the last couple of days, and let me know what you think, guys. If you're looking for some help, looking for you know, a chart that you want me to read, any symbol, guys, just email it to me at stockbookie@gmail.com. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If not, I'll make a video and just post it and say, hey, here's the one you're looking at. This is what I'm seeing. So, all right, guys, thanks again for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. God bless. See you on the charts.